Hey everyone, welcome to or back to my channel. Today I want to be doing a review on The Dead Romantics. So I've seen a bunch of people starting to pick this up and read it for their September or fall or spooky season TBR, and it made me want to pick it up as well. So I did, and I read it. I read it in 2 days just because I kind of had a lot going on when I was reading it, but it is pretty easy to get through. You probably could get through it in a day if you really were dedicated. There are 344 pages in this copy, so not too much. You probably could get through it in a day if you were really dedicated. I got through it in 2. So something I really liked about this book was the rebuilding of family relationship dynamics in the book. Our main character is kind of distant from her family, from moving away from where they're at. I'm going to try to talk about this without giving away too much of the plot for people that haven't read it, trying not to give away too many spoilers. So she kind of gets to reconnect with them, and you get to learn about that. She also has a best friend in the book that helps her through a lot and sticks by her through a lot of things that go on throughout the plot, and having her involved I think really adds to everything going on in the book. I'm not going to say too much about Ben because I don't want to spoil the plot of the book, but I love that Ben always believes in love and has faith in it, even though our main character has lost that. I don't think that that's giving away too much of the plot, so I'm sorry if it is for you. So the book is not really an enemies to lovers, but it kind of has that dynamic for a really short amount of time in the beginning, when she and Ben are just meeting to where they end up at the end of the book. I wouldn't say they're completely hate each other, but I would say that in the beginning it is kind of uncomfortable, and then by the end you have to read the book to find out where it ends. This also isn't spoiling too much for the plot, but we hate Lee. We hate Lee. And we love Ben. I love Ben. I also love a spooky romance for this time of year. It really sets the tone and the mood for the time of year that's coming up. I'm really excited for fall. I'm just starting fall on the 1st of September. I'm not waiting till the 22nd when it's officially fall. I'm just starting it at the beginning of September because I'm ready for it to cool down. It's pretty hot where I live right now, and I'm ready for it to not be. So I saw the plot twist at the end coming because there was some foreshadowing things with our main character and Ben throughout the story. And she says it throughout where she's like, whoa, this is a little different than normal. I'm trying to talk about the situation without giving too much away. It's not working for me. She is like, wow, this isn't normally how this goes for me or my dad. This is different than scenarios I've had in the past. Why is this different? And I feel like when our main character was explaining to us that this interaction with Ben in his situation throughout our story is different than all of the other ones, I knew that it wasn't going to end the same way. But our main character, she's nervous that it's going to end the same way, and the plot twist at the end, even though I was expecting it, was still really heartwarming and light, and it ended how I wanted it to. You know how you read a book and you don't know if the plot twist is going to go this way or this way, but you want it to go this way, and then it does, and you're like, okay, everything's good here. No, okay, I'm good, I'm happy. If it went this way, I was gonna not want to read it anymore, but I probably still would because I would feel obligated because I'm most of the way through it already, so I would force myself to read it because I'm already almost done with it, but I hate how it's going. So it went good. I like the way the plot twist went. It's how I was thinking it was going to go, and I was really happy with it. Even though I could see where it was going, I was still really happy with it. I honestly loved it so much that I want to reread it again next year and possibly annotate it. I honestly just loved it that much. I love the talk of literature throughout it. There's people editing books, publishing books, writing books, reading books. I love the bringing in of other authors throughout it and really making it feel real. Everyone has a job, everyone has a purpose in the plot. All of our characters' relationships are really fledged out with our main character, so you really can see things through our main character's lens because everything is so laid out for you. I love the descriptions of the cemeteries and the funeral home. I love the flashback memories of her father, watching her heal relationships with other people throughout the book, watching her figure out things about herself when she reflects on her past self and her past relationship to who she is now and what she's learning now. I like that. We like someone that's self-aware. So I really love this book. If I were going to rate it, I would honestly probably give it a 9 out of 10. That seems high, but it's honestly the highest rating I've given a book, I think, this year so far. I really love this. I would like to see if I like it again more next year after I annotate it, because I feel like when I annotate, it just really makes things I didn't see when I was just reading normally stick out to me and makes me think about them more. And then if I'm in a few chapters ahead and it referred to it again, or a situation or an item or something, I will flip back and look at when it was first brought up, and I can really sit with both sections and look at them both and flip back and forth without everything in between. So it really just like sediments things in my mind for me when I annotate. I really want to do that with this book next year. I'm probably not going to do it this year because I have some other books on my TPR that I need to be getting to. So I think I am going to do this with this one next year, and it would be interesting to see if I end up liking it more. But definitely a 9 out of 10, definitely a good read. Definitely a great spooky romance. If you want some really good like autumn-y vibes, I would pick this up. If you want a cute little ghost story that's not really spooky at all, it just kind of has Halloween vibes, but also is a love story, I would recommend this highly. So what I'm reading right now is the How to Survive a Killer Seance, and right after that, I'm following it up with the How to Crash a Killer Bash. After I started this book, I realized that this one actually comes first. So I should be reading this one first and then this one. But we're doing it this way. I don't think it's going to affect the storyline, but I'll get back to you on that. In this book so far, I'm on chapter 9, about to be on chapter 10. I had to kind of stop in the middle of a chapter. I don't really like doing that. I kind of like to get to a chapter and then stop. But I stopped in the middle of chapter 9 because I was going to meet my mom. My mom and I read books together, so shout out Mom. I'll be reading more of this weekend and finishing it, and then hopefully even starting this one this weekend and possibly finishing this. Possibly not, that's kind of up in the air, but definitely finishing this one, definitely starting this one. So far this story is kind of cute and fluffy, even though I think it came out a little while ago and it's a little older. I got both of these out of Free Little Libraries. I'm only like this far, so we'll see how that goes. If you have read this, let me know what you think down below, or let me know what you're reading now. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.